Well, hello and welcome and welcome and hello and good afternoon and welcome and bienvenidos and welcome and hello and greetings and salutations. And let me just take this opportunity once again to say welcome and hello and just warmly greet you and welcome you to Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little tiny bit more every single day of the week. Now, I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. Been a little bit busy at work, stuff going on, but I wanted to talk to you about another really stupid penny stock that I'm buying. Have been buying, am accumulating. I think this thing could move up significantly in the next couple of years. I'm one of these really weird people that purchase sort of tiny micro float penny stocks, not to trade them overnight, but with the actual intention of finding companies that are going to grow and flourish and actually make sales and make profits and grow into bigger companies. I've found a few. I've lost money on more than I've made money, but that's just kind of the nature of penny stocks. You're looking to hit home runs, knowing that most of the time you're going to strike out. You know, put your weight on your back foot, pull your head out, and just take a wild cut and just swing and miss. Close your eyes, and you're going to walk back to the dugout in disgrace. Maybe break your bat over your knee if you're muscular like Jose Canseco or one of Joe Rogan's lifting partners. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. It seems like no one is watching this broadcast. I don't know if it's public or private. In any case, I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. What were I mostly have an assistant who takes care of a lot of that stuff for me, but I believe we voted on I try to vote on every stock as much as I possibly can. But thanks for commenting, La Pietra Oxford. Are you a 10x shareholder? Have you been a 10x shareholder for a long time, like I have? That's kind of what I'm talking about. Another one, I think I think their drug, levosimendan, is totally legit. I think it's going to get FDA approval, and I think that company is worth hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. I know that sounds insane. But in any case, guys, I'm a wild and crazy guy. So let me just take a look at this stock, see what we're doing today, see exactly what we're talking about. I'll go ahead and scooch right on over there. Now, this company has a market cap of $4 million. They're just starting to get a little bit of tiny little bit of sales, mostly in the proof of concept stage. The exciting thing is they just got a couple of initial orders from the UC medical system, one from Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center, Rady Children's Hospital. They also got UCSD Medical Center, which, if you know anything about UCSD, there's Scripps Hospital, there's a huge VA hospital down there. There's like 5 or 6 hospitals, massive complex, and highly influential. So if you can gain acceptance throughout the whole UC medical system, I think it's not a huge leap to think they could gain acceptance nationwide. They're standing up a sales force. They have a couple of key hires. And these are really good products. They're both around, heart surgeries, making heart surgeries better, easier. Their Vivo system maps arrhythmias more accurately than the surgeon can do with a 12-lead EKG. The trials prove it. It saves money. It saves time in surgery. It saves patients' lives. It makes surgery less risky. And because it makes the surgery shorter and it makes it more accurate and less guesswork, more precision, et cetera, then they have Lock T, which is a suture retention device used on the heart. This is already in use. Again, they just got some orders from, I believe it was Turkey. We'll go over that, but they're getting distribution. I think one in South America, some in the Middle East. Got a key hire coming on, got the CEO, chairman buying the stock, and, they've got enough cash to kind of survive for a little bit here and see if they can ramp up sales and distribution and stand up this sales force and get going. And, of course, like every other penny stock in the world, guys, very little cash on hand. They don't have a ton of debt, but, they're only a couple of quarters away, one bad press event from going to zero. So all these stocks... they can go south on you in a hurry, but it's high risk, high reward. That's how penny stocks go. It is, as Chris Norland says, one of the best YouTubers out there. It's a lottery ticket. He'll tell you never to buy them. I'm a gambler. I love this stuff. I've loved penny stocks for decades. I would stress, don't put any money into penny stocks you can't afford to lose and don't expect to lose. But some of these stocks, if you can hang with them for a while, you might hit a winner every now and again. Um, do I only invest in stocks I like? I don't know. I invest in stocks that I think are undervalued. I don't know that it's necessarily I like them or not. It's kind of a weird way to put it, but yeah, I think if they're undervalued, and I think the share price is going to go up, then I invest in it over the long term. Over the short term, I just have no idea what's going to happen. What's up, Bobby Joe? How's it going? Tech Queely, looking at Jason Momoa today. Not quite. It's Danny Vegas, Danny Deal's evil twin brother, who loves to buy those penny stocks, loves to get him jammed up, one foot in the frying pan, one foot in the pressure cooker, got the nuts against the cheese grater, as they say, as Tweak's father. These Starbucks guys have really got my balls against the cheese grater on this one. You kids relax and have another cup of coffee. Anyway, guys, yeah, I look like maybe I ate Jason Momoa. But anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. So basically, why do I like this stock at a $4 million market cap? These orders coming in, proof of concepts with the UC system. They have some key hires. They have another first purchase order for LockT from HCA Healthcare Facility. Expand sales team, expect corresponding rise in revenue. Then last month, they released the Q4. The annual report came out, I think, yesterday, so we could take a quick look at that. But it's long, but if you read it, you gain a ton of insight into the space, into the company, CAGR on these surgeries that they use these devices in, and the methodology. And Vivo is more of a methodology, how they map an arrhythmia. They do a scan, and then they put the sensors on, and then their algorithm builds a 3D model for the surgeon, showing you precisely where the problem is with the heart, far more precisely than any other method that they know. So that's why it saves you time in surgery. It could save a patient's life. They're not under anesthesia as long. There's less margin, less room for errors, and it's just more precise, more information, really good product, really promising. Hospitals are using that all over. It's been used in more than 1,000 procedures, 30 physicians, I think 10 different hospitals. LockT is going to get, just going into use all over the world. So you're getting in at the ground floor. It's like Adam Sandler said, willing to start in the ground floor and willing to stay there. Sometimes with penny stocks, you start at the ground floor, you get hammered down in the basement. They bend you over a barrel and show you the 50 states, because any of these things start to show promise. The insiders want it. Maybe some institutions want to come in. The only thing I don't like is like Armistice Capital owns a lot of shares of this company. That's never really a good thing. But if you look at the chart, guys, it's been trying to break through this 61 cent level 3 times since January. Has, it pumped here, but it's failed all 3 times. And then just recently it spent 3 days where it touched 65 cents all 3 days, come back and just touch 62 again, which is very common. So it really needs to break out of this level to sort of see if this is an actual uptrend. The last time the stock actually came above this level was, 8 or 9 months ago. So, it's kind of one of those things where you don't know if these penny stocks, they can go down like this in this shallow bowl and they can test and they can swing back up, or they can just bleed sideways and down just basically forever while they raise money on the backs of new shareholders. They just create new bag holders. The thing just bleeds forever. It's kind of, they're just taking salaries, but I don't see that here. They're really, really, really honestly trying to stand up a sales force, and these devices are legit. And the sales team they're putting together has been there before. They've done it before. And to me, it's subtle, but I think we saw the bottom at 36 cents. That was back here in October, and then it found really strong support again here at 38 cents, found more support at 40 cents, tested 40 twice as recently as April, tested 40 again, 43 cents again, all the way out here on April 19th. And ever since then, we've just been a bit of an uptrend. A lot of good news. Good news on good news on good news on good news, and still a $4 million market cap with the CEO buying. Not too much debt. I think sales are going to start to come in toward the second half of this year, and 2025 I think is going to be a really pivotal year for this company. I've seen companies with less trading at 100 times this market cap. I've seen companies with less potential trading at 100 times this market cap, and that's just the honest truth. This company came to be public. It was a private company until very recently. There was another company, RA Medical Systems, ticker symbol RMED, which they did like a reverse merger. RMED had some products. They were basically going bankrupt. They were trying to make any deal they could. They were in sort of that, phase where they were exploring options. They had one of these probably, third-rate investment banks, trying to shop them all over the place. And they ended up finding this private company, Catheter Precision. They did a sort of a reverse merger. They changed the name to VTAK and changed the name of the company to Catheter Precision. Their CEO took back over. I think the CEO of the other company actually ended up passing away, unfortunately. But anyway, it was one of those things where it's a very odd path. Everybody sort of thought the company is going to go bankrupt. They've looked at it with a sconced eye, or whatever that phrase is. They just given it the stink eye. They don't like the company, but I think a lot of good things are happening. They're building a foundation. They're not trying to pump for a quick buck. They're not doing a bunch of offerings, not doing a bunch of dilution thus far. I think, to me, the CEO, the chairman guy, actually believes in this turd. So anyway, they don't have a lot of rankings. This guy from Landenberg Thalmann, who's very low rated, but he's really the only analyst on the stock. He just reiterated about a month ago $4.10. So that's a 600% upside. You have to take these rankings with a huge grain of salt on these types of stocks. But look at their balance sheet; it's not too bad. End of Q1, they had about $12 million on hand. Just got a new hire. Like I said, I like to see all these insider buys from the CEO and director and executive chairman. I don't necessarily like to see this big stake, this 5% stake from Armistice Capital. A lot of these are short, long players. A lot of them are sort of, very, very sketchy. But BlackRock, Fidelity, Geode, Baird, UBS just sold out, it looks like. Not much institutional ownership at all in the stock. Very weird in terms of the short, because if you take a look at it, it says almost nobody is short the stock, 30,000 shares short, which is almost nothing, and same on loan. But then cost to borrow is 180% with utilization of 10%. So that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me in general. But in any case, there's a UCLA news, a UCSD news. You have the 14A 8K receipt of new purchase order at new hospital. So this is how little tiny nothing companies become larger significant companies. They get these hospitals to buy in, and as these hospitals buy in, you're going to have recurring revenue on these types of devices for years and years and years. And these things are already approved. They already work. They already have hospitals and surgeons in important systems, because the reason they like these things, the reason hospitals like these things, is they save money on surgery. They make money easier. They make surgery easier, faster, safer, less chance of something going wrong. And so, faster healing, less time in the hospital, less cost. So insurance companies are on board, hospitals are on board, surgeons are on board. They just hired a new chief commercial officer is what they call it. It's basically, a sales manager. Pleased to welcome Marie-Claude Jacques as chief commercial officer. This is a couple weeks ago, 1st of May. Responsible for commercialization team includes sales and marketing, develop new business opportunities, and customer experience. Growing medical device companies, sales leader can facilitate growth. We're excited to welcome Marie-Claude on board, enable and empower the success. Ms. Jacques worked as area vice president of Boston Scientific. And if you look back, I won't read her whole bio, but Baylis, she basically grew the sales force and then got bought out by Boston Scientific for $1.75 billion. And she grew Baylis, high double-digit growth, and she's very, very familiar with this space and a really, really seasoned industry professional. So for someone of this caliber to come into this tiny, tiny company, I'm sure she'll, be compensated with a lot of stock and stuff, but that's absolutely fine. I mean, the $4 million market cap, if she can ramp up sales with this team, and then David Jenkins knows the salespeople he brought on board. I think they just brought on 6 salespeople, and they're a team that grew another company into, I think, $1 billion acquisition. So A lot of people, you know, in the inner circle think maybe it's possible that they can do the same thing here. Anyway, charts in a slight uptrend. Stock bottomed out at 36 cents a few months back. Almost doubled, came up, tried to push through resistance at 61 cents, was rejected there about 65, but I think it's going to test to the upside again very, very soon. I think it's almost inevitable. Again, go over the annual report. It goes through sort of the growth of the industry, goes through both how, you know, the path both Lock-T and Vivo took to get here. It goes over the hospitals that use them. I'm not going to go over it here because it's just like a million pages in this drive. Only had the chance to read probably the first 30 or 40 pages. But I'll go over it. If anything interesting is in there, I'll go ahead and get back to you guys. But appreciate you watching. Un Poco Moss. Let's see who's here. Olean be announcing phase 3. Okay, I'll take a look at that one. Thank you. Emilio, Minnesota is your main source of views. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I love Minnesota. Love Ludafisk. I want one. Sup, Danny? What's up, Jay Gatsby? Guess I'll take a wrench too, LaFraud James. Skippy. You guys all want wrenches. The wrenches don't do anything. Malt Licky. You guys all want wrenches. That's the only reason you're here. Get the information. It's floating in the air. You just have to know how to grab it. You guys, what does everybody want a wrench on this stupid show for? What it gives me nothing. You're not a lurker. Not a lurker already has a wrench. It's Talib Kweli. This is the same comment. So anyway, guys, Beavis, good to see you guys. I'm not giving any of you wrenches. That's just the way it is, guys. Life is short and hard like a bodybuilding elf. So get used to it. Peace. I'm out of here.